Hi guys, so today's video will be part 2 of the video that I uploaded yesterday on Dr. Umar Johnson saying that Jamaica will be the first Caribbean island that is colonized by the Chinese. He went to Jamaica to participate in a Marcus Mosiah Garvey party or celebration that was happening in Jamaica, and that's what he observed. He observed that the Chinese own a lot of our land, own a lot of our businesses, and a lot of our hotels. So I expanded on that topic, and a lot of people have a lot of things to say, and I've done multiple videos on this topic, and it took Dr. Umar Johnson to come on the Breakfast Club for my people to actually understand and pay attention. Me and SoFlo TV has been saying this for months since we have been on YouTube, that our people need to pay attention to what's going on in their country, because we are in millions, if not billions, of debt to China, and they refuse to listen and acknowledge it. But when Dr. Umar Johnson brought it to the forefront, that's when everybody's like, oh my God, that's true. When we can't even get no work because the Chinese never take off my job. We've been saying this for months. No one pay attention. So this is going to be the second part to that video, so I can clear up a few things and I can address a few people that are in my comment section, because a lot of people like to talk shit and don't know anything that they're talking about. Never been to Jamaica, does not have anybody that's Jamaican. They are so-called half Chinese Jamaican, and then they want to give their input, which is irrelevant. So, in my personal opinion, I feel like, yes, the Chinese will be colonizing Jamaica in a few more months. And the deeper we go into depth with the Chinese and the Chinese government, the more they will own not only our land, but everything of importance in our country. The Chinese people made a highway in our country, and this was the comment that someone had about that. Hot Biz 1 said, "Lady, you and Dr. Johnson are a bunch of idiots. Why don't Dr. Johnson come up with 75 million USD to build the North-South Highway and all the other stuff you're talking about? The major problem with Jamaican like you is all talk, no action. Let's take the North-South Highway for instance. Building a highway through the interior of a country open up so much opportunity for investment development in so many areas. It would take too long to list them all. Foreign investment is what runs the world. Jamaica don't have the funds to open up the country to all the possibility that can have us forward to develop status. Why don't you and Dr. Umar Johnson provide the 10 million US needed to fully develop the logistic hub? You, my lady, is not making good of the education your parents work hard to give you. You're on YouTube talking that patwa crap, which is not a good example of yourself or Jamaica. As for Dr. Johnson, he needs to do some research on Singapore. Foreign investment is what makes Singapore rich, by the way. It wasn't Panama money that built the Panama Canal." And 4 people thumbs that up, and they're also the 4 people that thumbs down my video. And let me tell you this, Hot Biz 1 that don't know shit. If Jamaica wanted to build a highway, they could have invested all the money that they're taking from taxes, pensions, and the money that the government is stealing behind Jamaicans' people's back. They can also take the money from tourism, bauxite, aluminum, coffee, castor oil if they wanted to. Jamaican government and the politicians in our country are too lazy to do the fucking job they see they were hired to do. They want the easy way out. And as far as the North-South Highway you're talking about, they cut down mountains. mountains, hills, and valleys to make that highway. And you know what's happening now? You know what's happening now, right? Clarendon, they get washed away constantly because of the highway being placed. They took down the mountains and all the dirt that was soaking up the rain when the rain falls in Jamaica. So therefore the rain doesn't have anywhere else to go. So it's going into people's houses and neighborhoods, and it's being flooded constantly. As soon as little rain drop at Jamaica, Clarendon flood out. You have to use canoe. They go from point A to point B. So when you're talking about investments to develop our country, our Jamaican people are more than equipped with the equipment that they need and natural resources that our country have, but our government are unwilling to do the work. They're unwilling to put in the time and effort that it takes to invest in our own country. They're lazy and greedy. Okay, and that's what's happening to our country. Them a big blood clot sellout. And as far as you talking about me talking patois, I don't give a motherfucking crap who does not like me talking patois. This is what I grew up talking. This is what my ancestors used to get out of slavery, for your information, because they could not speak English or Spanish when they were trying to get out of slavery. So they created their own language to communicate with each other so that they could get out of slavery. So you telling me about talking patois is not a good example of my education. You can't go have 5, 10, 15, 45 seats with that bullshit, okay? You can never insult me by telling me Peking's patois is a disgrace, okay? You can never, ever insult me on that. That's my language that my people created, that my ancestors got us out of slavery with. So you, sir, can have, or ma'am, can have several fucking seats. And as far as status and development are concerned, people will develop and bring status to Jamaica without the Chinese help. The Chinese is a communist country. Since going to a communist country will help a country financial stability. When since? The Chinese, China is so overpopulated at this point that they're finding different places in not only the Caribbean but also in Africa that Dr. Umar Johnson pointed out so perfectly for their people to go. There are certain parts in Africa where Mandarin is, you have to learn how to speak Mandarin, okay? Because the Chinese took over parts of Africa already, and that's the same thing that they're trying to do with Jamaica and other Caribbean islands like Barbados, Panama, because they made the Panama City. Now the Panamanians are in debt to them because of the Panama Canal. Hi, Jamaican government is full of crap, and that's why we're in debt to the Chinese, and nothing no one says will change my opinion about China and Chinese people that live in our country. They feed us fake food, okay? They send their garbage to our country for cheap, and because me Jamaican people love cheap and them poor and they have no other ways or means, they support them. But it's full time now. We stop supporting people that are not supporting us and don't have our best interests at heart. I've done multiple videos on these topics. Multiple. But this is the one that everybody want to talk about. Whoop-de-doo. Well, I've been saying this stuff for months. My Jamaican people need to stand up. Stand up for something or fall for anything. Okay? By the time you guys are ready to acknowledge what's going on in our country, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. And you guys think it's all fun and games and think, oh, me can't do nothing. Me too young and me no want to stress out myself. Bull crap. Bull crap. That's you being lackadaisical and lazy also. It takes one person, one person to start a movement. It doesn't take a million. It doesn't take 5 billion. It takes one person to start a movement. I'm going to read some of these comments because some of my brothers and sisters are speaking truth out here. Velvet Johnson A. Rose said, I've been saying this for a long time, just like you. Jamaicans need to boycott every Chinese establishment, get them where it hurts, and that is in the pocket. That's the first step to taking some form of control, and I couldn't agree more. Stop supporting them. Stop giving them your hard-earned dollars. Many Jamaicans may feel they don't have the financial means to make a change, but they don't realize that as a consumer, you have a lot of power. Simply stop shopping at these Chinese market. You hit it on the head. You hit it on the head, okay? ProGov MP said, Jamaica needs help from a democratic government. If someone gives millions of dollars, why would they also need to provide workers? Yeah, they outsource all their jobs to China now too, because the labor in China is cheaper. They're also building our House of Parliament, which I mentioned in my other video, and they can bug our House of Parliament and listen to everything that goes on in there without anybody's knowledge. Okay, because they're making it, and only a few of our workers will be working to build that House of Parliament. So what do you expect? What do you think is going to happen? They're building workplaces for themselves. Jamaicans need to fix the constitution. Who goes to communists to fix money? Yeah, see there. Where do they do that at? They're African billionaire and millionaire investors. Too much kick-ass movies, too many kick-ass cause the misunderstanding about an entire people. We need to get back to our reality. National heroes, cultural heroes how did the communists get into fixing financial issues? I mean, would I like ask the same question also? We are now being enslaved by the Chinese people. First, it was the white people. Now, a Chinese. Reagan said Jamaicans need to vote for policies that help benefit everyone in the long run, and vote for politicians who are against borrowing money or bought by multinational corporations. I agree. I definitely agree with that right there. Queen J said, Brains and the Beat, you and SoFlo have been saying this in previous videos. However, Jamaican government really don't have the people's best interest at heart. A long time this a go on. Wait till you see. Wait, you know, see nothing yet. These politicians are benefit big time from all this. Just the poor citizens will left to suffer. It's so sad. True thing that, because the politicians will be well off when they're done with our country. When they're finished in parliament, them good. And them pitney and children good. Only poor people alone will be left to suffer for real. Because the Chinese just done side them a couple million of them pocket, build a couple house for them and all these things. It's funny that a lot of people want to disagree with me and talk shit on my videos, but then again, you guys don't have any inclination of my people and what my country has fought for in the past, and the direction it's going in is very heartbreaking. Like, our national heroes fought so hard to have a country that can be developed on its own. We have natural resources so many countries don't have, and because of the people we choose to elect in parliament, them sell out the country, and sooner rather than later they're gonna own our country, whether we want to believe it or not. It's going to happen if our people don't stand up and rise and actually pay attention to what's going on. Question these politicians about the policies that they're passing. Question these politicians about the money that they're borrowing. Question these politicians. Make up a petition. march, protest, do something. Don't just sit and let them give anything to you and you just take it like that. I'm so sick of my people just sit down and take anything what these politicians give them. I'm tired of it. Tired. My people need to figure out how they can invest into these hotels that they're building, buying these plots of land that they're selling to the Chinese. Like, buying land is not very expensive in Jamaica. It's not. Develop your piece of land where you have, if you already have land in your family's possession, buy a piece of land from your family member where you have enough. Like, do something to help our economy. Don't just sit there and act like you're hopeless, because our people are not hopeless. How Nani do it, how Marcus Mosiah Garvey, how Paul Bogle do it. Okay? And they were under way more pressure than we are. We have so much technology, so much knowledge, so many smart people in the world that can help the situation, but they choose to sit back and relax and let things go. And sooner or later, it's going to be too late. It's going to be really too late. So comment in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about this topic, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks that this is very sad and heartbreaking and alarming. What's going on in our country. And your Holiness, please don't borrow no more money from fucking China. We don't want it. We don't support it. We don't need it. And it's not necessary. Think about how you can make more money from bauxite, aluminum, tourism, castor oil, from farming, from exporting goods. Stop importing all these fuckeries from China into our country and start exporting things out of our country that is beneficial. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl here on YouTube. I'm out of here, man.